Shalom, shalom. Call hello Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor said, elders, apostles, great millstone, and peace and salutations unto the other nation of Israel, and to speckled bird Israelites that are scattered abroad that look like the heathen nations. To y'all say shalom, and shalom to all you brothers and sisters that may be out there listening, learn to these videos. And shalom to all you brothers and all you Akim that's out there laboring, speaking 100% truth in these latter times. You know, not compromising your faith for man, right? Not, taking bribes, filthy lucre's sake, right? You being out there diligent, mainly the men of great millstone. Shalom to, all the elect, man, because that's what this is about. It's all about the elect, man, because you got a lot of camps, they don't really say that enough. What this is truly about. This is about the elect. It's not about all Israel coming together, man. Yes, it sounds good, but that's not what it's about. But I also want to say that this video, for the Israelites only, but the Israelites are who you call today so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American, Puerto Rican, Dominican, Jamaican, Haitian, Guatemalans, to Panamanians. Those are the Israelites, always have been, always will be. But I'm basically coming back at y'all with another video concerning the winter storm, basically, that the Lord is bringing, man. It's big, man, because it's supposed to snow, I know, out here in Kentucky. I think it's supposed to snow, like, Friday, I think. And then tomorrow it's supposed to rain all day. Then the temperature is supposed to get down to, like, -4, man. And it's happening right, on, so-called Christmas or whatever. You got all these Babylonians, all these heathens, even our own people, man, which are, if you celebrating Christmas, man, unless you're part of the Lord, the Lord's elect, man, you celebrating Christmas this year, man, because we almost at the end, that the Lord gonna kill you, man, straight up. We ain't sugarcoat nothing, man. Everything is out there. Christmas isn't a damn abomination, man. That's why the Lord's sending these plagues, man. Yeah, Esau might be playing with his little machine or whatever, but either way, it don't matter. It's still the Lord. The Lord said He creates good and evil, man. And I want to read what this says right here, because this is a big deal, man. As y'all can see what it says on the screen, it says a once in a generation winter storm will impact nearly every state in Christmas travel. It said every state. Well, it's 50 states. So this winter storm is going to affect every state in America. This is judgment, man. I mean, how else can you explain this, man? This is judgment, while people are expecting to travel and, take a plane to, see family members and celebrate Christmas. You got some people, they plan on driving, to see their family for Christmas and New Year's and all that shit. Look at what the Lord's doing, That shit is dead, man, That spirit of Christmas and New Year's is dead. Let me get a scripture real quick, because I've been talking for like 3 minutes. I forgot what I was gonna get, man. Slakia. I just had it in my head. Dang. Oh yeah. I'm gonna get this in 2nd Esdras 8, and I think it's verse 50, I think. It's the 2nd Esdras chapter 8, verse 50. It says, "For many great miseries should be done to them at the war in the latter times, the times we are now, should dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride." And this is another misery, man. Misery just means evil times, man, and we're in evil times, man. Because you had the C19, you had a whole bunch of different strains. They had another strain called B8.2. You had it was just all types of different strains. I can't think of, the other names of different strains, and it still ain't really went away. They starting to reinforce them, they on and off with these mask mandates and, with these different jabs and stuff, man. You can't trust this, man. He double-minded as hell, And, if you ain't been paying attention, man, or if you have been paying attention, you will know that CBDC is supposed to drop next year, or it's supposed to come out with it, And like I said, while everybody's celebrating Christmas, look what the Lord is doing. Because it said at once in a generation, winter storm will impact every state. That's a big deal. That's not something to be taken lightly. But if you of the world, if you're not seeking YASHAMIAHLA, then you just gonna think, well, it's just another winter storm. No, they're telling you that this is something that is it's not something that you see every winter, man. What winter storm? As long as I've been alive, 20-something years, I don't remember no winter storm affecting every state in America. That's never happened since I've been alive. I mean, brothers can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember that. I mean, usually, in certain states like up north, New York, Maine, and Connecticut, up there, like, Illinois, Wisconsin, states up there, in the northeast of the United States of Babylon, there's states that usually get a lot of snow, every winter, but it's never been like this to where it's affecting every single state. That's what it says, nearly every state. The Lord is doing something in the earth, man. He's showing signs, man. He's telling you that, he's not with this, man. That's happening on, so-called Christmas, basically. It's not a coincidence, man. Everything is done in judgment from the beginning. Let me get that. Let me get this in the book of Isaiah 46:10. Right? It's not a coincidence. And the Lord controls Esau, man. The Esau Edom is the biblical nationality of the so-called white man. Whatever he does, the Lord is making him do that, man. This is Isaiah 46. I'm going to start at verse 9. It says, remember the former things of old, right? For I am Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, there is none else. I am Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, there is none like me. Woo-hoo. The Lord boasting, man. The Lord can do that. The Lord bragging, in the righteous way. The Lord is not wicked. The Lord created everything, man. Declaring the end from the beginning. So the Lord already told you what it was since, the inception of the earth. When, he created the earth using Yahweh, the angels, the Elohim, And from the ancient times, things have not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand and I will do all my pleasure. Right? And the Lord, this is one of the Lord's things that he said he would do in a lot of times, man. Signs like this, man. In the book of Matthew, it says signs, signs that Yahweh is returning is different plagues happening. This is a plague. You having a damn blizzard basically affect the whole United States. That's not something to be taken lightly, man. That is not something to be taken lightly. This is a huge, huge deal. This is the judgment of the Lord. That's what that is. Let's read what it says. It says, a major winter storm and cold blast will impact nearly every state and bring what the National Weather Service is calling a once-in-a-generation type of event. Because we're at the end. That will cripple travel on some of the busiest travel days of the year. So, hey, we hope the Lord shut this shit the fuck down, man. We hope the Lord do that, man. We hope it gets bad like that. We hope people get fucking trapped in the airport for hours. And we hope if somebody's in the sky, that motherfucker plane turn the fuck off and the motherfucker fall out the sky. Yes, that's what we hope, man. Because people fucking evil, man. People wicked, man. Ain't nobody on the earth following the ways of Yahweh Yahushua except the men of the Lord, man. That's it. You got all these different fake-ass religions, all these different beliefs. But yet, all these different religions and, most of these different beliefs, they all say it's only, unless you what's it called, polytheistic, where you believe in multiple gods. You got some weird religions. But a lot of people, they say, oh, there's only one God, but there's different ways you believe in that one God. It don't make any sense, So yeah, the Lord about to kill a lot of people, man. He's been doing it, and it's increasing every day. But this is definitely a sign that the Lord is done with this place, man. Like I said, if Esau is using his machine or whatever the fuck he's doing, the Lord is making him do that, man. And it's not a coincidence that it's happening on Christmas or around that time. It's not a coincidence. Everything happens for a reason, right? I'm going to read the rest. It says, the strengthening storm will bring more than a foot of snow and possible blizzard conditions to the Midwest as the Weather Service warns of life-threatening wind chills for millions. Hey, life-threatening. So, hey, did I just say the Lord is about to kill a lot of people? We coming into some times, man. If you're not seeking the Lord, hey, you an Israelite? Because the Lord don't give a fuck about the heathen nations. He don't care about you. If you're not an Israelite, if you're not a so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American, descent. The Lord does not give a fuck about you. You got to be a part of the elect, man. You can't just be an average so-called black or Hispanic Native American person. Because 2/3 of our people, it's prophesied for them to be destroyed. All of our people ain't going to be saved. But it says more than 90 million people are under winter weather alerts and more than 87 million under wind chill alerts. Boy, that's a lot. And it says the alerts stretch across 47 states. That's the majority of the states. That's why I said nearly every state. There's 50 states in America, and it said 37 states. It's time for this place to go. It's time for this place to go, man. The mirth of the land is gone, man. Because people thinking that they getting ready to go travel, right? That's why the scriptures also say, the day of the Lord is going to come suddenly, right? Because people are worried about Christmas, but let alone, do they know that there's supposed to be a fucking snowstorm that's going to affect the whole United States, pretty much, and it's going to stretch as far as, Texas and Mexico border. That's pretty far, It says a number of people under winter alerts and wind chill alerts have grown to over 100 million people, or roughly a third of the U.S. population. This also made me think of an EMP attack or something, or them just shutting off the power. And because, hey, remember Biden talk about that dark winter, man. And if you really go into it, that dark winter, I think that term, when they use it, it's really referring to like different bioweapons and plagues and stuff that they're gonna put out. And it has something to do with the wintertime too, like all hell breaking loose in the wintertime. Let's get that in the book of Matthew, man, Hey, boy, chill, Salaki, that's my dog, man. Yeah, we're making a weird sound. This is Matthew 24. Let me find that scripture, because the scriptures say, what it say? Let me try to find it. Yeah, because, it's winter time, and, you got people, all trying to be happy. They trying to be in that mirth spirit. But the Lord, he's showing you that he's not dealing with it, man. And it ain't just, just snow coming down in certain places. No, it's gonna be like a blizzard condition, man. You ever seen a blizzard or been in one? It's not a good thing. It's a violent thing. It's like kind of like a avalanche type thing, like when snow is falling down, at at certain miles per hour down the mountain. It's snowing, but it's hella windy at the same time. That's how a blizzard is. You can barely move or get around because it's so windy and it's so cold to where if you stay out long enough, you can freeze to death. That's how it's gonna be. That's why Yahushua said this in the book of Matthew 24 and verse 20. It says, "But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter." Why did the Lord say that? If we wasn't gonna have to go through that in this time period, these words was not just talking about the time that the Lord was on the earth. It was talking about now, mainly. A lot of these different words that the Lord spoke, because these are the words that the Lord spoke. The words that are in red that I'm reading. A lot of these words that the Lord spoke, they are relevant to these times that we're living in now, not to the times that He was living in 2,000 years ago. It's relevant to the time we're living in now. But I'm gonna reread it again. It says, "But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter," right? Because it's in the wintertime, if we gotta be on the move, we gonna be dealing with hell, man. I mean, now how many people know how to actually live off the land or survive using tools and making something out of nothing? How many people know how to do that? Not many people, especially Jake. You don't know how to go hunting or get some food, lawful food, of course, and that's another thing. A lot of Jakes, they don't know what they can and cannot eat. A lot of Jakes, even in the truth, you got Jakes that don't have faith. They will go straight to Esau, man. Don't just trust any Jake that say he is like, oh yeah, Shalom. Just because he got on, he might have on some fringes or a garment or something. Nah, don't do that. That's why it's about the elect. I'm gonna read verse 21. It says, "For then should be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall it be." You see, so this is what times we coming in, man. Great tribulation, man. A time like no other. Jacob's trouble. Like I said, in the wintertime, You know, hey, all hell break loose in the wintertime, man. It's a wrap, you know, for most people, man, because the power go out or something. You know, people gonna freeze to death. Animals gonna be dying. You know, you ain't gonna be able to. Everything is basically ran off electricity, so you know you wouldn't have no more water. You know, a lot of the water systems are ran through electricity now. You know, you wouldn't be able to turn on your stove unless you got like a gas stove or something. You know, but even then, I think a lot of gas stoves are like plugged up or something. I think. You know, so hey, it's over unless the Lord's with you, it's over. You know, the Lord has to be with you in order to make it through these times. I remember, I might have been like a year and a half ago. It might have been like in January. I think it might have been in January 2021. So almost 2 years ago now, pretty much. I remember in Texas. I remember it was like a big, like it was a big um like cold front or something like that. And, you know, I remember people's pipes was busting because it was. I remember I think it happened in Texas where people's homes was flooding because their pipes was bursting and you know it got so cold to where the electricity went out. That could happen too, and they might not be able to fix it for weeks, and you just gonna be stuck in the house with no running water, no heat. That people are gonna die like that. That's why the Lord said that, man, because this will happen in these times that we living in, right? Um, what does it say right here? It says the cold will stick around for Christmas weekend, making this the coldest Christmas in roughly 40 years. 40 years ago was, how long ago was that? The 1980 something, right? You know? So, hey, the Lord's doing something, man. He's showing you that he's not dealing with Christmas, man. You know, he's not dealing with that, man. And we might not even make it out. We might not even make it to New Year's. I mean, you just never know, man. That's why the Lord, like I said, he said, stay on your watch. You know? Um, Let me get this in the book of Ephesians real quick. Ephesians chapter 5, I believe it is. Let me get that real quick. Ephesians chapter 5, right? Ephesians chapter 5, I think it's verse, I'm going to get verse 14. It says, wherefore he said, awake, thou that sleepest, right? You Israelites that spiritually dead, celebrating Christmas and so-called New Year's, and you worshiping damn Nimrod and Tammuz, man. You know, that's what you worshiping. You ain't worshiping Yahweh Shai. It says, and the Mashiach shall give thee light. Yahweh Shai, see then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. Right. Don't be in the spirit of mirth and, you know, trying to party it up and, you know, get close with your family, you know, and not paying attention to what's going on in the world, man. You know, because Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. You know, watching things, seeing what's going on. You know, wanting things to collapse, wanting things to get bad so Yahweh Shai can return and restore all things to its natural order, right? You know, with the earth being upright, with him ruling, right? You know, because the earth is not being ran in an upright fashion right now. It's being ran in a wicked fashion, right? It's being ran by the Edomites, man, the so-called white man, the Caucasian man, you know? Salakia. It says, redeeming the times because the days are evil. Verse 17 says, wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. And, you know, if you celebrating Christmas, you don't understand what the will of the Lord is. Especially, you know, and you don't know about the snowstorm and you still trying to travel and stuff. What if your ass, like I said, that could happen. Your ass could get your flight delayed. Your ass could get stuck at the airport and you got to stay in there with all these people. And then the power could go out in the airport and everybody start acting crazy and stuff. And we in those times, man. You know, you shouldn't be in the spirit of mirth, man. You shouldn't be trying to, you know, party up and live your best life in this kingdom. That we're not in that times, man. We never have been since we've been over here in America, really. You know, especially now more than ever, because all prophecies are coming to pass. You know, try to find this. Show new signs. I think it's in Sirach, I think. Sirach 36:6. Let me get there real quick. It's already been 19 minutes. Sirach 36:6. right? Sirach 36 and verse, I'm going to start at verse 5. It says, and let them know thee as we have known thee, that there is no Yahweh. Well, I'm gonna read it verbatim. I'm gonna reread it. It says, and let them know thee as we have known thee, and there is no God but only thou, O God. It's talking about the heathen, man. This is us basically talking about the heathen, man. We want the heathens to know our power like we experienced our power, man. Going through the curses, seeing all the different strange works, different judgments the Lord has done. We want the Lord to do that same thing. That's why basically it goes into detail in verse 6. It says, show new signs, right? That's why they said, what they say, this is the coldest snowstorm, or this is the most detrimental snowstorm we've had in 40 years. It's a long time. It says, and make other strange wonders, glorify thy hand and thy right arm, who is Yahweh, that they may set forth thy wondrous works. And raise up indignation to pour out wrath. That's what the Lord is doing, man, with this blizzard, the snowstorm that's supposed to be hitting most of these states and destroy the enemy. It says, I think it's supposed to say, make the time short, remember the covenant, and let them declare thy wonderful works, man. And that's what these people are going to have to do. They're going to have to declare the works of the Lord, man. They're going to have to acknowledge that this is our power, man. That this is the God that created the heaven and the earth, man. That's doing this, man. Because when you see certain weather events take place, I mean, what else, when people only acknowledge him when they see the aftermath, when they make it out alive, they didn't want to acknowledge him. When they about to die, people want to pray to him. No, it don't work like that, man. You got to pray to him when you doing good and when you doing bad. You got to pray to him consistently, like the scriptures say, pray without ceasing. Right? Like I'm in Kentucky, right? This is an article that says they declared a state of emergency in Kentucky because it's getting bad, man. And even the governor's saying this. It says this is going to be a really, really dangerous. It says Governor Bashir told a press conference on Wednesday morning after tornadoes and floods and pandemics and multiple ice storms just in these 3 last years. I don't want to lose one person to this Arctic front that is coming through. Yeah. That's why I said, I think Esau, through the spirit and power of YASHAMIAHLA, of course, we don't want to give Esau no damn credit because the Lord is using him, man. And I mentioned that dark winter, that Biden was mentioning, and this could very well be that winter that, it's supposed to be that dark winter, literally, dark. Power go out, all hell break loose type shit. People start dying, at a rapid rate, and they can't get out of it. You just gonna have to go through it unless Yahweh is with you, man. And he just said something about all these different things that's been going on the last couple of years. Like the Lord said, many miseries will happen unto them at the one a lot of times. That's what times we living in, man. We living in evil times, and it's gonna get worse. It's not gonna get better, man. It's gonna get way worse before it gets any better. Right? This is only the beginning. Right? I'm gonna go to scripture in Psalms, right? Because the Lord created wintertime, man. I remember a while back there was this bug out that said something about the Lord didn't create winter. I'm like, what the hell? I think it was the elder Manasseh Cubans. He did a video on some dude, talking about that YASHAMIAHLA didn't create wintertime. I was like, what the hell? Yeah, he bugged out. This is Psalm 74 in verse it says, I'm going to start at verse 16. It says, the day is thine, the night also is thine, and thou hast prepared the light and the sun, and thou hast set all the borders of the earth, and thou hast made summer and winter. You see? So the Lord did create wintertime, man. The Lord created the snow. The Lord created the frost, the ice, the rain, all the different elements, The Lord created all of that, man. Let me get this in the book of this is in Psalms, I think chapter 148, I believe. 148. 148. I'm gonna get verse 7. It says, praise the Lord from the earth, ye dragons and all the deeps, fire and hail and snow and vapor and stormy wind, fulfilling his word. So whenever this happens, man, this is the Lord, decreeing a thing and it coming to pass. The Lord, this is fulfilling the Lord's will, man. And a lot of times when it snows or when it rains, when it's real stormy, hail, I think it says, yeah, hail, like them hail balls that be falling down, like them white hail balls that look like golf balls, they be falling down. And the Lord created that for vengeance, man. That's the reason why you having a snowstorm, man. Let me go to Psalms 39 real quick. Back that up. The scriptures say precept upon precept. That's how you get understanding. Therefore, you hate every false way, right? Right. This is Psalms 39. I said Psalms. Right, 39 and verse 29. It says, "Fire and hail and famine and death and all these were created for vengeance." So for all you damn Christians that say, "Oh, the Lord don't do evil. He's a all loving God." No, the fuck he's not. All right, and it's lucky for my language, but the Lord controls both sides, man. Ain't no spiritual demon Satan fighting against the Lord. There was no war in heaven to where the devil was fighting the Lord and he won it or he got kicked out. That never happened. The Lord creates good and evil. The Lord creates both sides, but he created demons and he created angels, right? Which demons are evil angels. They do what the Lord want them to do, right? But yeah, as y'all can see, the Lord created certain things, to get man back, basically to repay for man for what he has done. And the snowstorm, this is an example of that. This is vengeance, man. If you die in this thing, or whatever happens to anybody, and the Lord did that, man. The Lord sanctioned that. Don't nothing happen on the earth without the Lord, consenting to it, man. Somebody died over here in Asia or South Japan. Oh, the Lord, you have one of the angels come back and, oh man, the Lord, this man died. He fell off a tree or he drowned. Man, the Lord sanctioned it. The Lord sanctioned it, man. The Lord was the one in control of it the whole time, man. So yeah, this is the judgment of the Lord, man. This cold front coming in, man. And it's going to be in most of the United States. That is a big deal, man. I don't know why people are not making it as big as a deal as it is, because that's a really big deal. And they don't understand the ways of the Lord, but people will, as time goes on and things get worse and worse, they going to understand the ways of the Lord then, or they gonna know that there's a God, man. Because the scriptures say all the earth shall know me, right? All the nations shall praise the Lord soon, and every knee shall bow. That's talking about all nations, but the Lord, he has a chosen people, the Israelites, us, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, but all nations will bow and serve the Lord eventually. You're going to have to acknowledge him, man. All these different religions, you're going to realize that that's not the truth, because when these different people call on their different gods, that's not going to save them. You're going to see the men that was out there, that was on the street corners, hey, going in, calling different nations out, the men that was out there, with the garments on that look like, fools that, or bums. That's what people be calling us. You're going to know that they have the real God. You're going to call on YASHAMIAHLA too. But if you a heathen, the Lord ain't with you. Or if you a 2/3, hey, the Lord ain't with you too. So, yeah, man, I just want to do this video, man, to warn the flock, man. That that's his judgment of the Lord, man. This cold front, this blizzard or whatever you want to call it coming in, man. On Christmas or around that time. That's no coincidence, man. The Lord is judging this place, man. He's done with this place, The Lord said, in the book of Amos, he said, let me get that real quick. Amos, I think chapter 5. Amos chapter 5, then I'll probably close out. Because I've been going for almost 30 minutes. I don't even know if this video is going to cut off. Amos chapter 5, verse 21, it says, "I hate and despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies." You see? So, hey, these different so-called holidays you got, the Lord's not dealing with it. The Lord never, like I said, he never told you to create, to celebrate Christmas or New Year's, to put up a damn tree and to decorate it and, to put presents under it. And, that's nowhere in the Bible. You cannot find it, I mean, it does speak of it, but it speaks against it. It doesn't promote it or, speak of it in a positive way. So, you jakes, man, that's celebrating this, man, the Lord gonna get you, man. Unless you part of the elect. But, You know, like I said, man, it's the judgment of the Lord coming down, man, on Christmas or around this time. So, hey, pray, repent, fast. If if you in this thing, man, keep going. You know, Lord willing, you brothers and sisters that's watching, your brothers that's out there on the highways and byways, you keep going, man, and you a part of the elect, Lord willing. But I'm gonna close out. I'm gonna give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the elders, apostles, great millstone, and shalom to the elect. I'm gonna say why, Baba Shalom.